What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's time to update my favorite Lattafas. I do this ever so often as I get a few more, and some of them bounce others out the way of what I deem the best for your money. And we've got, I think, one or two that are repeated from the last time I did this, because there's a few that I got recently that have immediately become my favorites from the brand, two specifically that I'm probably going to put in the thumbnail that are like my two favorite Lattafa fragrances right now. Yeah, I would encourage you checking these out. These are ones that I think are absolutely worth picking up. Nothing's really blind buy safe, but I'll be damned if I don't really enjoy them. So let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Starting with one that's definitely going to be in the thumbnail. It is their twist on Blue Talisman. It is Art of Universe. Yes, it's a gimmicky, kind of childish looking, mural of the universe on the bottle. But I'll be damned if this isn't a great fragrance. It's a bit more metallic than Blue Talisman. Maybe it's because it's a more synthetic fragrance, but it almost reminds me of blending Elysium Parfum Cologne with Blue Talisman, which doesn't that actually sound really good? Kind of what you get here. You don't get the quality of either of those, but an affordable twist on it, if you will. Citric, fruity, fresh, not over the top fruity sweet, but juicy, a little green. There's like this minty fresh green tone that also enhances the freshness. This is really good. Nice and woodsy, a little touch of musk as it dries. Really good performance. This fragrance can actually be obnoxious if you heavy spray it, I find. This is damn good. This is one of my two apps. This isn't ranked, otherwise this would be one of the last two in the video. Actually, it would be number 2, because I really like this fragrance. Is it 100% the Blue Talisman? No, but it's clearly walking that path. It's far superior to something like Fragrance World's Taj 2. That can kick rocks compared to this. Don't buy that. That's crap. Buy this. And for any of you that like Taj 2, hey, it's great that you like it. I think it underdelivered heavily. I mean heavily. It doesn't even compare. So if you're looking for a great inspo, not direct carbon copy clone, but inspiration, Blue Talisman. Lattafa's got you covered with this one. Get past the gimmicky bottle because the juice is good. It's Art of Universe. Now, the Asad line never disappoints me, and the newest release in the line, I think, is kind of an amalgamation of sweet designers. It's kind of a highlight reel of sorts, if you will. It is Asad Bourbon, based around bourbon vanilla, not bourbon like booze, like most people assumed when we first saw the name before seeing the notes. Vanillic, a little spiced, kind of has this almost toffee candy-like sweetness to it. It's actually really good. Reminds me of, without smelling exactly like, fragrances like the Azzaro Wanted line, touch of the Stronger With You line, YSL's sweeter fragrances. Just think that style, that genre of sweeter designer fragrance. It's kind of, like I said, a highlight reel in some ways, because there's a lot of elements of a lot of those fragrances here. While not smelling exactly like any one or two of them, it smells kind of like all of them at the same time. Really good performance, really good atomizer. Oh, it smells really good too. Really, really good. Toffee, even a little coffee-like. As I spray that, it reminds me, it's got a little bit of a coffee-like smell to it, which I don't think, if memory serves me correctly, there isn't coffee listed, but it's just really good. Not quite honeyed sweet, but a little syrupy, not super powdery. It's good. It's really good, and it performs really well. So if you like sweet designers, you will like this. It's Lattafa's Asad Bourbon. Nuclear Monster Alert. This is a 2-sprayer for me. I'll never go through this bottle because of it. Because, I mean, I have so many fragrances, nothing gets worn really all the time. This is about the closest to something getting worn all the time. I literally wore it last night. Outside of that one fragrance, Lattafa's Atlas is so monstrous. 2-spray in this fragrance, I'll probably never go through this bottle. But this is a super saltwater aquatic with some heavy moss in the dry down. Very mossy, earthy green meets crazy, like, dense saltwater smell. This is similar to Mega Mare from Orto Parisi. Pretty close. Not exactly spot on, but pretty close. Far superior to something like Paris Corners of Chaos in the Ocean, which I thought was pretty good. That's a little fresher than this and a bit more sharp. But this, And for any of you that may have seen somebody on the internet type out in a comment or on a forum that, I don't know what they're talking about, it's weak, they are getting severe nose fatigue. Which I get some serious nose fatigue to it as well, but it comes back with a vengeance after a little while when my sensors in my nose just kind of come back to life. This is a monster. This is one of the strongest fragrances I own. It's not even close. So, patience is a virtue. If your nose wears down, just know that more than likely everyone around you's nose didn't wear down just yet. They're going to be able to smell you. So if you like salty aquatics for the money, this is one of the greatest ever. Lattafa Atlas. Now, again, I say if I would have ranked this would be number 1. This is also going to be in the thumbnail. I love this fragrance. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's kind of like Angel Share. Like, people want to relate it to Angel Share, and I get it because it's fruity, boozy, spicy, ambery, all that good stuff. But Teriaq Intense is my favorite Lattafa fragrance. Currently, it's the one. It's like a spoonful of cinnamon. It's got this plum liqueur that gives this fruitiness. This is really, really, really good. The quality here is great. It's a beastly performer. God, that's so good. When I first got it and opened it, I could barely detect it on first spray. I was kind of like, damn, it really needs to macerate that much. I went back to it like 5 days later. Drastic difference. And just in less than a week, drastic difference. It's almost like they poured the bottle and handed it to me. That's how fresh of a pour it was, to where it was like too fresh, like zero maceration whatsoever. So just after a few days, it got monstrous. I ended up doing a full review on this one after, a handful of wearings. And every time I smell it, I love it more. It's fruity. It's spicy. It's boozy. It's sweet. It's warm and ambery. It's all those things. Again, it's relatable to Angel Share, but it's not Angel Share. But it's definitely of that same particular style. The elements are there, but the exact profile is not the same. But man, for the money, this is so freaking good. I highly encourage you to get your nose on this. This is Teriaq Intense. Going back to the well with one of their lines, I'm quite a fan, and it's kind of a mixed bag when it comes to people's opinions on this. I literally, within the last couple of days, saw a comment on one of my videos for it saying that it was trash, which, saying a fragrance is trash is pretty excessive. That's being dramatic. Honestly, there's like maybe a handful of fragrances that exist that could really qualify as like just garbage, piss smell, awful, novel kind of stuff that's trying to smell like a Secretions Magnifique, something that's trying to smell weird. Outside of that, I mean, you're being dramatic if you think Asad Zanzibar is trash. You're just being dramatic. You just say it's not your style, you don't like it, it's not your taste. Because this is really good to me. Coconut water, a little powdery from some synthetic iris. Sweet tonka bean adds that powdery nature. Again, it's aquatic. It's got this roasted tonka bean smell. It's a little bit of incense and vanilla gives a roasted tonka bean smell to me. It's tropical. It's, LeBeau style, but doesn't smell like LeBeau. LeBeau's bright citrus, much sweeter than this. It's just really good. Really good performer. It's cheap. It's like under $25 these days. I think I've seen it as low as like $20. That's so cheap for this fragrance. It's an original from them. It's not a clone. It's going to remind you of things, but I mean, in today's market, it's pretty hard not to. So much has been done. There's only so many routes left to go where there isn't going to be some redundancy somewhere in perfumery, right? This is a beautiful fragrance for the money, I think, anyways. Especially if you live in a warmer climate, you're going to get a lot of wear out of this. If you like coconut fragrances, it's not too much of a sunscreen smell. It's more coconut water than cocoa butter lotion. That's really good. I think it's really good. Definitely worth the money to me. It's cheap, cheap, cheap. Asad Zanzibar. And last but not least, look, if you have Paradise Garden, just wear Paradise Garden. You don't need the clone. But if you don't want to spend the money getting a bottle of LeBeau Paradise Garden, we're back to a coconut fragrance. You can get Najdia Intense, and it's pretty damn accurate. Now, the one thing that doesn't make it completely accurate is the opening. The opening has pineapple. And the only fragrance in the LeBeau line with pineapple is the Le Parfum. But this has the ginger and the greens and everything, the green smell of Paradise Garden. Like it dries into Paradise Garden. It's like Paradise Garden with pineapple. Almost like a pinch or hybrid of Le Beau Le Parfum added to the opening of Paradise Garden, if you will. So not one-to-one at first, but dries into it for sure. Coconut water smell, slightly earthy, spiced ginger smell, very green, a little woodsy, aquatic. You get citrus, but you also, like I said, you get fruity pineapple, which not supposed to be there if we're cloning Paradise Garden, you know, but it does smell so good. So, I gotta say, anything Le Beau range, anything Le Beau range for me always smells good, whether it's inspired by, similar to, clone of, walks the path, whatever. This definitely does that. Very much walks the path of Le Beau Paradise Garden. This is really good. Really, really good. Again, if you want to get the original, get the original. I'm always going to advocate for that. 99.9% of the time. Once in a while, I'll say just get the clone, but it's not often. In this case, 50-50 toss-up. The original experience is always going to be the original experience, but if you don't want to spend the money, you want to save some money, you want to get a really close representation to Le Beau Paradise Garden for a lot less money, here you go. Lattafa has you covered with this one. It is a good one. It's Najdia Intense. Well, that was the 6. We've done 6 before. We've done 8. We've done 10. And the number was 6 this time. It doesn't have to be any fluff to make it get to 10. Let's go best of the best here. For me, my taste, right? Some won't agree with this. That's okay. This is my opinion. Not agreeing with me means that's just your opinion. You have a differing opinion. No big deal. All good in the hood. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not right. You're not right. We just disagree. So take it with a grain of salt. Blind buy at your own risk. This is all just my opinion. There's links down below if you do want to roll the dice and blind buy, where I do earn a small commission if you happen to make a purchase. But I'm just glad you checked out the video. Of course, you don't have to buy nothing to watch any of my videos. It's just there, you know, as a little kickback for, hey, TLTG sent me and told me about this. Is basically what it comes down to. So appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. We'll see you on the next one.